So hello everyone, Mono here. So yeah, I just heard about Stanley's death, right? And it really, I cried a little before. It's like it feels really sad, right? And like it really feels really sad. Like, and I mean that by a large margin. There have been like a lot of course, celebrities that have died, right? And so a lot of people out in but here I really feel something, right? I mean, of course, you can see behind me, right? But I've always been a huge Marvel fan, and I was even wearing this T-shirt today at work, and when I did my previous videos today, completely, of course, unaware of there's going to be Stan Lee's last days. So it's that almost feels kind of airy, yeah. not say that I'm not wearing this T-shirt like every now and then or other like Marvel inspired stuff, but still though. So I was like, yeah, it's like, oh, he died today. But anyway, I mainly want to just say thank you, Stan Lee, and of course other Marvel artists as well, other Marvel people at Marvel, of course. But I feel today is about Stan Lee, right? And it's gonna be a lot of people, and talk about it, of course. But for me, it really meant a lot. When I grew up, I was a very big Spider-Man fan, in particular Spider-Man, and also X-Men. Yeah, I would say Spider-Man is my absolute number one, but I also always loved the X-Men. Of course, I grew up in kind of the Spider-Man TAS era, right? So in the early 90s. So for me, yeah, the animation in particular was amazing. It was the biggest thing for me in every week and so on. Yeah. I mean, I can sit here for hours talking about why I like Spider-Man so much. Another cat, as well in Marvel, of course, and my favorite stories and so on. But I don't know. It feels. I'm genuinely just grateful. I'm just grateful. That's why this video. I don't know really. Like I mentioned, I could do hours and hours talking about, oh, my favorite bad guy is this character, and I always really liked the episode of this, and one of my favorite comic books, and I collect comic books, right? I collect comic books and art as well as one, games, and yeah, and also, yeah, of course I had most of the Spider-Man games, and I love the Spider-Man and Venom games, right? Little Anxiety, Maximum Carnage, which I have to assume was very good games when I was a kid and so on. And yeah, and of course I also used, played through, of course, the new Spider-Man game and so on, right? But anyway, I can do all of that and talk about, my favorite characters and so on, but generally my point is, it means a lot, right? And like I truly feel sad that Stan Lee died. Like I really feel bad that he passed away. Yeah, because I mean, there are a couple other people you really like to work and so on, right? You really care about it, but this feels special to me because it's maybe Marvel released the big thing to me. I don't know if it is, but it's definitely it's a kid at least. Yeah, it's a kid at least. It's my childhood. Yeah, my childhood at least, and and so on. It's most the biggest at least. Yeah, I feel it's like I don't know. Weird, not very much saying video. I don't know. I just want to say, I'm grateful again, right? That's what I want. That's my point generally. I feel that a lot of people are gonna say a lot of stuff and so on. But I just want to say, man, it really meant the world to me growing up reading Spider-Man, watching Spider-Man, not just Spider-Man, then, but yeah, all the Marvel comics, right? And I read them all, right? And I lived in. I'm from a small city in Sweden, right? So we didn't get much comics here easily, so I had to like import it, and yeah, so I really went all the way to like import a special Marvel album collection, so I could get the different Mainly the crossover collections, that's right. For example, Age of Apocalypse and Civil War, Civil War was Secret Wars. I mean, sorry, but also Secret Wars as well. Then later on, but as a kid, Secret Wars 1 and 2, and so on, right? So yeah, I mean, I was really collecting them all and really all the story, all the adventures. Yeah, I think that's one thing that Marvel done generally though, which is so good, right? The whole universe. We see it also in the movies now as well, but yeah, I think that's one thing I always loved with Marvel. All the heroes were in the same world, right? And they all knew each other and so on. It was something very special there. But I also loved all the characters, yeah. Mix of moralities. It was so much good stuff there. So much. But yeah, no, that really, it really bumps me down. Like I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Like I'm that sad. Like I'm just like, it feels like someone I really cared for died, even if I obviously don't know them. So so it feels kind of strange too in that sense, because it's like, man. But I think that's because my whole childhood is like, it was made so much easier, right, by being able to come home and like, not just come home and read more, so but especially on the weekends. When I was a kid, especially on the weekends when I was a kid, then you get home on Saturdays and Sundays on the home. But when you were free, right? Yeah, and of course the Marvel comics spoke to the classic bullied kid at school, like to speak. No, but I mean, of course, like I was an A student, right? I'm not gonna say I was Peter Parker, but I was similar, right? I felt like I was an A student. I liked going to school, excluding all my classmates, but they get bullied me all the time. But I liked going to school, right? I liked learning stuff, and yeah. So the lines for like, that's in movies though, right? When Peter Parker's like, I like going to school, Flash. Like, yeah, those kind of lines. Yeah, you made me hate school. I like going to school and so on, right there. And I was like, man, I really saw myself a lot Spider-Man, I guess, in that sense. As no, I think that's the bigger point, which made it so great, right? I saw myself more as Peter Parker, I guess, not as Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a great character. And so on. But also, of course, with the X-Men, we have all the mutants and so on. Yeah, everything. It was really meaningful, the list. It was very meaningful. So I'm very grateful for being able to grow up there, having Of course, I mean, I was gonna shoot myself in the foot here, of course, but of course that didn't do everything. No. There's always some people saying, "Oh, you didn't do this thing." Ah, come on. It's we all know Stan Lee was a front figure, and he was behind many of the characters, many of the ideas. And one thing I also loved with Stan Lee was that in his later years, he and I don't mean these recent years, but I mean like 10 years ago or so, right? I mean, if you know me personally, well, I mean, I've done a lot of different stuff in my life when it comes to internet and social media and so on, but generally, ignoring that, right, what I do for a living is game development, mainly, as well, but I always loved how Stan Lee, of course, given the story here, how he, in a few interviews, so said, gaming is great because it's like comics coming to life. It's the next level of the comics. He was like, comics are great. Comics gives you this message on, but gaming is kind of like you give the people the same thing, but they can even more now experience the sensation and the feeling so on of the similar storyline and so on. Yeah, the kind of similar setting and so on. And I always felt like that before as well. Like I grew up, right, and I loved comics. I really loved comics. And also, I mean, okay, I'm gonna say it here, but I am a fan of Batman and so on as well. Yeah, and I don't mean just Batman, of course, the Batman test. So that's one. Yeah, so I'm a big fan, right, And of course, there's manga, anime, and so on. And but I always felt that, and I used to draw as a kid. My brother does it as well. I used to draw as a kid. I used to draw my own comic and so on. When I was a kid, and I used to, I wanted to be still literate. Yeah, no, but yeah, like I draw a lot. I went to extra classes for how to do it and so on in my teenage years. But yeah, I went into the gaming instead of, because I felt that was the next step. Sorry for coming fast there. No, but I felt that was the next step, right? Of course, you can have them both. Not like exclusively, of course not. But I felt that was a little more like, man, I can do this, and I can people the storylines, the characters, and they can now feel and they can play with the characters, something like that. I don't know. But I was always like, when I went to college, I was sitting, not every day, but sometimes after college, I was still drawing at home and so on. I was thinking that, man, if I fail college, but if I fail college, yeah, then I was like, man, then I'm gonna be an artist. Then I'm gonna do my own comic book. Yeah, then I'm gonna do my own comic. That was what I was thinking. That was my fail. My fail set plan was like, man, if I can't learn to be like an engineer and do computer stuff, then I'm gonna be an artist or a writer. Like, I'm doing that. It's easy. That was my next step. Yeah, that was my next step, and no, I passed it though. But generally, my point was that I was always really happy seeing an interview with Stanley. I think it was like 20 or 18 or so. I saw the interview, so it's about 10 years ago. So I'm old, and I saw the interview, and I was like, yeah, Stanley, he gets it. No, I was like, I so much felt connected with Stanley. I don't know. It's this has probably been. I don't know how long it is. It's 10 minutes now, probably longer, right? I probably didn't say anything for the first 10 minutes. But yeah, I just want to thank Stanley. Of course, everyone else at Marvel. You were very important for me growing up for many reasons. I don't go into too much in detail, of course, but like you know what I mean. And I'm also grateful for that. And also, I'm also just grateful for growing up. Let's be honest here, But like when I do my daily job, right? Still, orders as well. But when I do my daily job, I still take inspiration, right, from many of the Marvel characters and other stuff as well, movies as well. Yeah, it's always right. Take inspiration still from many of the great, awesome ideas and like the awesome storylines and so on, right? And situations and how to create different stuff and so on. Yeah, it's I feel very emotional. Maybe I did this video to make, yeah, I'm trying to reflect here, but maybe I did this video to generally feel better myself. I don't know. It helps talking about it, even if no one watches this video. But I still want to put it out there, just because, like my honest to feel very grateful. Like that's my biggest thing, right? Yeah, like, and it's not like saying, oh, I don't care about the views or whatever. That's not what I mean, really. But I don't, in a way. This is more like, yeah, it feels more like this is enough. It's like one view, and that view is Stanley's ghost watching the video. Yeah, it's more like that. I don't know. Yeah, it feels more like I just I don't know. I wanted to be officially stated that I was really loved Marvel as a kid. Of course, I still like Marvel now. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I still really like Marvel. I still have read most of the comics. I still buy most of the stuff as I go watch all the movies and so on. I still buy merchandise and so on. So yeah, so not like I don't like Marvel anymore, but it was a little more important when I was growing up. Yeah, and if it's weird too, sitting here today, As always, usually have some Marvel back stuff when I do stuff. I have this t-shirt on me, right? I just play this game actually live here. This is completely back then, honestly. This is not like me making some kind of point here, right? Like I just streamed through the whole Spider-Man game, right? Just play the whole game there, yeah. And that's kind of my point too, because Marvel is and Spider-Man especially so important to me, right? Yeah, like it's not like I pre-planned like, oh, I'm gonna put this game over there. No, it actually was just on here's my TV, right? I have two screens here. That's my TV, and I just had a game there because that's the last game I played on my console. So it just happens to, you know, be close available. Yeah. So it's. I guess I'm always just surrounded by Marvel stuff, and when I do my work, I keep taking as a matter of inspiration from Marvel characters and so on, and abilities, and mutant powers and so on as well. So it's just it feels really heavy. It's your work, Stanley. It really has given me so much, right? For so many years, and still will do, of course. That's a good thing here, right? He created a universe, so we're gonna get awesome stuff happening in it, and characters and so on, yeah, and interaction, probably, or good movies, good games, and so on in the future, right? So yeah, I don't know. Just kind of my general feeling right now. I know I said probably like 100,000 times now, but it's yeah, it's kind of how I felt. It was weird too. When I read it, I was playing Overwatch, and I read he was dead. Stanley was dead, and I was like, and I just stopped playing the game. I was like, oh, something's happening over there. Like, oh, the screen. I was like, yeah, whatever. I just went there and yeah, I was like, I just turned off the game, and I was like, okay. And no, I started crying as soon as I read it, and then I just, well, not as soon as I read, but like, I was like, it's kind of and crying, and then I turned off the game, and then I just laid in my bed for a while, and I just felt like I had to talk about it, I guess. Yeah, it's almost come off as selfish now in the end here, because I feel like I needed to, I don't know, reflect over my own emotions, something like that. Something like that. Something like that. But yeah, Stanley, and he kept being such a awesome person too. Like all latest too, and I mean, I loved all his cameos, and yeah, he even had one in the game there. Yeah, Batman Games one. That was awesome. I loved all of that. I loved he was just like how he really felt like he loved it, right? And he still felt like he, yeah. No, I feel really sad now. I feel really, really sad, and it almost feels bad that I was like wearing this kind of T-shirt by accident, or like it almost felt like something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Hope someone liked this video. It's just a way for me to talk how much I loved his work, send his work when I was a kid. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, hope someone liked it. Someone feels similar to me. I would love to hear about it. But yeah. So I hope otherwise, yeah. Whatever. Yeah, have a great day otherwise, right? I don't know. It's it feels weird. It feels weird. It really feels weird. Like, yeah, it feels like a good friend died from that. It's strange. But probably because mainly that all of his characters was really like the best friend you have in growing up, right? Yeah, something in that kind of manner, I would say. So it's weird feeling. But okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna do another video when I talk about my favorite stuff in Spider-Man. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But right now, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and sulk and be sad. So what am I more to say? I feel now it's going around in circles. So anyway, hope you liked this video. Hope it maybe gave you some closure. It helped me get a little closer. I feel somehow. I guess. But otherwise, yeah, I was really happy. In happy everything he gave me. In that sense, it's almost like very sad right now. But yeah, see you guys